All right, welcome everyone. I have with us today Cathy Topping from Your Web Toolkit. Cathy, do you want to give everyone a little bit of a intro and background on who you are and what your family dynamic is?
Yep, I am. Hi, and thank you for having me here, by the way. I am a graphic and web designer. That's my background. That was came from a sort of corporate environment. I've been self-employed for about 5 years, and Your Web Toolkit is actually something that I started a few months after my girls were born. So me and my husband have got 2.5-year-old twin girls. Yeah, I pretty quickly after they were born realized that the way I was working before just wasn't going to cut it anymore. So I sort of jumped on the online entrepreneur thing, trying to leverage my time. Yeah, I'm still working on that.
Yay, awesome. And so how did you started a while back with your entrepreneurial journey before you had kids, right? You were doing websites and such?
Yeah, so I'd always worked in corporate. I kind of did a sort of slow intro into it. So I was in the corporate world for a long time. I left that and was working sort of for small businesses, doing some design stuff, some coding. I did that for a couple of years, and then I was like, if they can do, like, they were small, so like 1 or 2 people, you know, then I was just kind of on their team. So I was like, they can do it, I can do it. So I just kind of went out on my own. For the first couple of years, I probably was more freelancing, I guess, than running a business. So I hadn't really put a lot of thought or effort into marketing and things like that. It worked because it was what I'd done before. I had a network, I had referrals, and I just worked a lot, you know, a lot of hours. I went to agencies to fill the gaps if there were quiet periods, all that kind of stuff. And it was good. It was great. Fortunately, as a working model, it doesn't really fit in with having 2 small babies. So I had to kind of regroup and sort of think about what I was doing and what direction I wanted to go in.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. I think that's a problem a lot of us have at some point or another in our businesses, that, you know, you have a business model or a business that you start out with, and then kind of as life goes, and then when you become parents, everything changes. I mean, it's in your business, your personal life, it's such a huge shift that I've seen that time and time again, that's something a lot of people struggle with when, you know, kids come into the picture is, oh no, my business model isn't working for what I need it to anymore.
I was just so naive, honestly. I was just like, okay, I'll have the babies, I'll have a break, and then I'm working from home, so I'm doing the thing that everyone wants. I'm going to do that whole working from home with kids thing. It's going to be great. And then, you know, the reality was that I was ducking out, and I've got an hour, run to the coffee shop, do something, you know, run back home, because I couldn't work at home with them there. And they take up so much time, and twins is just insane, and I just had no idea. I had no idea.
I had no idea. I love it. I don't think any of us have any idea, honestly, when it's the first baby. How much
tells you that you do, but you just don't. Yeah.
You just don't. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't compute for whatever reason. But I think, you know, that's just something it has to be your own story and you have to figure that out on your own, but you're not alone. We've all gone through that, like, oh crap, this is not going to go like I thought it was. But so I want to know, obviously time, and obviously you had a little bit of a bigger struggle having twins, so having 2 at the same time. What's been your biggest struggle so far in your role as entrepreneur, your role as spouse, your role as a mom?
Can I just put my hand up as well and say, on top of making life difficult by having twins, we also decided when they were 4 months old to move from Australia to England. So we made things really tough because as you can imagine, so everything was in upheaval. So if I had my time again, I would not do that at that point.
I wonder why.
Yeah, God. Anyway, yeah, we got through it. Things are much, much better now. So I'd say the biggest struggle was those first 12 months. Just the juggle of trying to find enough time. We're a 2-income family, so I have to bring money in, like I have to. And so I was juggling the girls as well as trying to do my client work because that pays the bills, as well as pull together this kind of marketing thing that I hadn't put in place properly. So it was really, really stressful. And saying that, it taught me a lot and made me realize how inefficient I was before. Because when I only had I've got an hour, it's like this sort of Pomodoro technique, but you know, you're forced to do it. So if I had 15 minutes to spare, I would use it and I'd get something done. You know, an hour here, an hour there. And sort of I surfaced 6-8 months later and was just like, I've built a new brand, I've built a new website, I've got a new director, I've done all these things somehow by just scraping scraps of time together. So while it was definitely the hardest kind of year of my working life and my personal life, and I couldn't have kept that momentum up forever, it just taught me a lot about being intentional in your business and what you choose to work on and how you kind of approach all the things that are presented to you, and how to kind of just maximize every minute of the day, when you have to.
Yes, that's a great point you bring up, because that is we talked to somebody last week about using that little bit of time and literally doing whatever you can when you have that time, and then accepting that fact and moving on and not trying to be too hard on yourself because you can't do what everyone else does. I think that's a struggle as parent entrepreneurs have a lot. We see all of these success stories and all of these people out there that are hustle and making all of this money in a week or after one launch, and it's tough not to play that comparison game. But you have to remember, as you said, you're literally scraping time together for a whole year to build your business. So, I mean, we kind of have to hold ourselves at a different level of here's what we can do, and we're okay with that. And, at the end of the day, I think it's important that we remember why we're doing it. As you said, you are a 2-income family. It's very, very common in the entrepreneur world of family entrepreneurs where you have a spouse that you're supporting or you have kids that you're supporting. And a lot of us want the dream of a business that runs without us having to work 60 to 80 hours a week, but also supports our family and maybe is able to retire our spouse. That would be awesome.
Not too much to ask for, is it?
Yeah, it's not too much to ask. But let's look at the realities here. That's a business that's going to take some time to build, and you kind of have to, I think, get real and look at your goals and say, okay, well, online maybe that's my long-term goal. But right now, I want to focus on this specific project. I want to focus on bringing in this amount per month to help support my family. And if your spouse has a job, supplemental income, whatever it might be for you, it's just, you have to remember that in the back of your mind while you're looking at all the pictures of you working on beaches and taking vacations.
Oh yeah, vacations were they?
One last year with 2 kids, and I swear it was one of the most stressful moments of my life. And one of our children's 4, so I mean, she's a little older. But we had a 1-year-old. So I mean, we had a lot of fun stuff planned. We did get a lot of quality family time. But the worry, the constant worry of where the kids are. Okay, do we have injuries we have to deal with? We're in a different state. Where's the hotel? What time to be at the airport? Lugging around the car seats at the airport. Things like you didn't think of before. Traveling with children is like a job in itself.
No, it's the most unrelaxing thing you can do.
Yep.
You come in batteries, you come home. I'm saying that because we had a holiday recently as well, which is literally our first one. About a month ago, we went to Belgium, which from here is trains. So it was like train, and our friends picked up at the other end. And it was okay. But toddlers, they had a meltdown at the bit where you go to customs, like at the Eurostar terminal, and they decided that they didn't want to go through, blocking the whole queue. They all had a cliche tantrum, fist on the ground, screaming, and I was trying to get through the metal thing. It was just thankfully everyone was really nice. They were just just go.
Just go. That's it. I bet you. If anyone's watching this or watching the replay, please put a hand up in the comments if you have been that parent whose toddler is having an all-out meltdown somewhere in public. You are not alone.
The beauty of parenthood that I didn't realize is that you just lose being embarrassed by anything, you know.
Yeah.
Previously, that I would have been absolutely mortified, and I wasn't. I mean, this is not awesome, obviously, but I don't have energy or power to be embarrassed by this.
Yeah. I think too, your judgment of other parents changes once you've gone through that yourself. Yeah. Because I remember being like a young person in college, and you'd go out and you'd be like, oh, look at that parent with a scream on the ground. Like, what's wrong with them? After you become a parent, you're like, oh, is there something I can do to help you?
Yeah. Oh, completely. Yeah. But yeah. But we had a holiday. So
that's nice. Yeah, win. So what is your, on the topic of wins, what do you say has been your happiest moment so far as a parent entrepreneur?
Oh gosh. Not like elation, happy moment, but despite all struggles and juggles and whatever, I do love that I have the flexibility. You know, if I need to take girls to the doctor, I can do it. If I need to just have time for something, I can take it. And it takes, to not have that pressure of worrying about an employer or, you know, I'll have my 2 days off, whatever. I actually get a good sense of well-being, like a kind of contented happiness. That just makes me know that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing the right thing for myself and family. It's tough, but it's really, really worth it. And I just think as time goes on, girls get older, my business matures as well, and things get easier, and I achieve some of my bigger goals. I think I'm going to enjoy teach. I don't know. I think I'm a role model to them, maybe. They might just think I'm really boring and maybe I'm going to think, but I idea that I'm sort of living a life I'm proud of, which is a good, good role model for my kids.
Yeah, I like that. I think I totally feel you with the feeling light part of being able to have that flexibility. Same here with the kids and doctor's appointments, or family needing or something, being able to say, okay, I'll fit my work around what I need to do, and just having that freedom. At least for me, obviously we're still working on that, but to go out and be able to show our kids things and take them in places and teach them, the lessons that we want to impart is definitely a huge, huge benefit to this whole working from home thing.
And because they're in daycare now, so that's part of the reason things are not as they were. I still pick up at 1 and then they nap. So from like 3 o'clock onwards, I'm done for the day. Like I can't really do any more work. And so although that's a short working day, I've kind of realised it's enough. They're kind of forcing me to have a balance. Because I still want to put in daycare every day. It doesn't sit right with me. And so yeah, when it's a lovely day, we had a really nice weather last week. We went out on the day. So I just get all these spaces. I guess I've already saying how much of a struggle it was from the time, but now things have settled down a bit. There are all these spaces for balance and for finding time for fun stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just all working out. It's all quite nice. So I'm really happy. I'm so much happier now than I was working for someone else.
I think a lot of our listeners would agree with that. It's a different feeling, and it's a sense of pride, I think, for a lot of people as well, to be able to be your own boss and not be beholden to someone else and do things that you really enjoy or want to do and help other people. So I think that's definitely a big one. So what advice or lesson do you want people to take away from your story?
If you need to take a break, firstly don't move across the world newborn. But if you need to take a break, so maternity leave or whatever, get the market system in place so that you know that when you pick it back up, it's going to still be functional. Because I didn't have that. I was too reliant on just word of mouth, referrals. These are good things, but it was not solid enough. So whatever your business is, whatever that looks like in terms of getting hired legal, whatever, put the time in to get those foundations in place so that you're giving that support, that foundation that you need. So if you do take a break for whatever reason, this will keep going even if it's still back a bit. That's why I kind of just make the distinction. It wasn't really a business. I wouldn't say it until the last 18 months because I wasn't thinking these terms, whereas I am now thinking of them as an entity that needs to kind of have something in place to sort of to function.
Yes.
That's what we all want to work towards, right? To sort of be able to take ourselves out of the picture a little bit.
Yeah, I definitely like that. Setting up systems.
Yeah, systems, and I'm still a work in progress on that. I think
that never changes.
No, and I'm not planning on having any more babies, so it's only onwards and upwards from here.
2 is good. 2 is good.
2 is absolutely fine. Yeah, we are done.
That's what we've decided as well.
Yeah, well, there's still lots that I'm almost sleeping through, not quite. So I thought of going back to newborns and no. 2.5 years of not sleeping and counting. I think 6 times. So that's now woken up in 2.5.
Oh my gosh.
insane. So I've done my bit. You know, I'm not really.
We feel for you. We feel for you. I didn't go 2.5 years, but I definitely went 1 year without a whole lot of sleep. With our second child, so I understand the frustration.
Yeah, we got unlucky. Well, the problem is they swap. They take expensive.
Which I'm sure is the problem. If anyone has twins, they probably have that same problem.
It's got some twin mum friends, and it's a thing. It's kind of mind blowing, but it's a thing. Literally, like when I say it's slept through the night for 3 months, and the night she wakes up, got these big wake up, sleeps through. Like literally, it's so freaky.
Kids are weird.
They are, yeah.
Awesome. Well, so you talked about, so you used to do, well, you still do it. Your web toolkit is based on website building.
Yes, it is.
And
So
you used to do it for people.
I still do.
Okay.
I still build websites, and I'm hoping next 2 weeks going to launch a new program where it's helping people with their own websites. So
Awesome.
that's kind of the transition I want to make. I don't know exactly how that looks. I might still have client work, but I kind of want to add back to my mix and sort of see how it all pans out. So I've sort of been building my audience, you know, building my knowledge, putting content out, doing all the hustle stuff. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at, and good.
Good. Yeah, I think that service is so needed. There's so much out there now for the DIY stuff, but when it comes to the website, a lot of times I feel like it's so, people make it out to be so complex, and when you break it down and get simple, that's what helps the most.
Well, what I'm going to focus on is helping people kind of like don't need anything. So whatever there's this idea if you can't do anything right now, what's the thing that's going to be your business for? What's the thing you're focusing on? That's your web that needs to talk, you know, that's what you build around. Pick that goal, and the web's going to support it. And so strip away all the other stuff, you can add it later, but just let's focus on something with results, something that's strategic. So yeah, that's what I'm really actually sort of passionate about, I guess. It's not about making websites just so they look pretty, but they've got a neck keep, right?
Yeah, I love that. It's such a nice way to keep it simple for people too, and to create a website like that, like a goal that you're working towards, and only do what's necessary for that. Because you get pulled into that, oh my gosh, I want all this stuff on my website, I want to post all the content on my Facebook page, every social media outlet, I want to do all these things that may not necessarily be needed for your business where you are. And I love that, keeping it simple concept, especially when it's goal planning backed.
Like goal planning, don't you?
Yes. Kind of our thing. Goal planning, I mean, it's kind of boring, but when you come up with a term for it.
I like moving more, that's my thing now, well, instead of doing all the things, it's like, what's your goal? And then just think about what you need to get to that goal.
Yeah, it helps a lot with that giant object syndrome.
It really does.
Like, oh, freebie over here. Oh, completely different topics. I'm going to do them all.
Yeah. I mean, fair, I've said after 12 months being like a sponge, I've so much stuff has gone in. And I'm like, okay, let's just build a lot of it.
Yeah.
But again, coming back to websites, not only is it good in terms of having a goal, but a lot of people, if you have too much, your site doesn't really land on it. It's not clear that it is utility you offer. And so again, kind of paring it down, making it simple and obvious, and saying, here's what I do, here's what I want you to do, website visit, click this thing, click this page, whatever it is. It's just nice for everyone. It's a nice user experience.
Yeah, I totally agree. All right, so where can people find you? And you have a website, but you also have your own Facebook group as well, correct?
Yeah. So it's yourwebtoolkitcommunity.com. That will just forward you to the Facebook group. And in the kind of spirit of not over, I'm not doing a lot more channels at the moment. So I have a Twitter account, I'm not very active on it. So, and the other thing I focus is Pinterest, but that's kind of not social media. That's more a traffic generation thing. So really, I'm mainly on Facebook. I stopped trying to be everywhere all the time. I haven't even looked at Instagram. I'm very proud of myself.
I just joined this year, but I'm not a big Twitter person. So I was like, well, if I'm not going to do Twitter, I should probably at least do something besides Facebook. That would be my new main rule.
When I'm ready for the next one, it will be Instagram, I think. But I'm just going to hold off until I'm ready, and that's not right now. I'm so proud of myself. Going there.
I love that. The not is not right now.
It's not right now. It's there. I know it's going to happen. Just not right now.
Awesome. All right. Well, I think we have covered all sorts of crazy stories today, including talking about twin baby sleep patterns.
Yes.
It's been so nice to have you on. Is there anything else you want to let people know or share with us before we end our story interview for today?
No, I feel like I've said enough.
Awesome.
It's okay. Thanks for having me. I've really enjoyed it. I'm a bit scared to come bursting in and joining it.
Right. Well, let's end it before they come jumping in and yelling at you. All right, we'll see you around in the group, Cathy. And for anyone who's interested, you can find Cathy's website in the comments, and also her group will post the links for you. Have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you. See ya.